Herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Ausgabe vom SI Talk bzw. SI Interviews. Heute mein letzter Tag in Vancouver und es war ein anstrengender Trip, aber es ist noch nicht zu Ende. Ich habe noch 2 Interviews. Eines davon ist Carl Data, Greg Johnston. Wir haben letztes Jahr im Sommer auch ein Interview gemacht und mich hat es jetzt einfach mal interessiert, was sich seit letztes Jahr getan hat, weil mich die Technologie schon gut oder richtig interessiert. Das ist schon eine ganz spannende Sache, aber er wird uns sicher sagen, so was es letztes Jahr so gegeben hat. Greg, thank you for your time. Last year we do our last interview, and I can remember me that we talk about possible acquisitions, revenue-driven things. I must say, I was really very positive about this this system what you have, especially when it's come to wastewater, water, the pipes, how it's filled up. It looks really great, and I see it from the government perspective or from the town perspective, and say, where is my bottleneck? So this is the right word, bottleneck in my infrastructure for this. So this was really great, and it's a big advantage for the communities to have this. Mm-hmm. So, but first we talk about acquisition. You talked last year about acquisition. So what's happened since then?
We were looking at a couple of different companies to acquire. The one that we actually decided on was a company called AB Embedded Systems. What AB does is actually creates hardware. They can create components, and they network those components together. So imagine sensors in a field and all those sensors communicating with each other, sending the data up into the cloud and then into our system.
Are there more sensors on the surface, or are also underground where they track some pipelines or something?
Everywhere. Our system is completely agnostic when it comes to the sensor and the data information it's receiving. It can receive anything from an image from a camera all the way to a very complicated sensor that's collecting 23 different channels of information. Mm-hmm. All that stuff can be collected from our system, and now that we have acquired AB Embedded Systems, it can all be networked together and integrated right into our software platform.
How big was the company?
They do. It was a small company. They did about $500,000 a year on average. They specialized in control systems, but their focus, and the reason why we were quite interested in them, was that they were starting to produce hardware items for smart cities. Mm-hmm. And they were answering a few and working with a bunch of companies, engineering firms that we were also working with. That's how we got the introduction. Mm-hmm. And working on smart cities projects, which is right up our alley. So the idea was, in particular in India, they have a presence, and now we have a company, an incorporated entity in India to answer these RFPs for smart city development in India, and also in of course North America and Europe. Mm-hmm. The smart city idea is that all these interconnected devices will allow city engineers to know exactly how well their infrastructure is actually working, and allow them to monitor things appropriately.
Do you have this was the acquisition side. Do you get also some new clients, new communities in the last year?
Yes. So along with AB Systems comes their clients. AB was doing a lot of work for the petrochemical companies. They were based in Calgary. So along with that comes some clients and some work with oil and gas, which is one of the verticals that we really wanted to get into.
Mm-hmm. Other communities there? Do you? I know exactly you worked before with a lot of communities or areas where you also collect data and these flow sheets from water treatment and wastewater and so on. Do you get here any new clients, or are you working still with the existing clients through it?
Mostly existing clients. We do have a number of new clients, and we have a number of beta tests. We'll be taking on a new big city in the next coming months. We're just inking the deal on that right now. We're very happy to have that client on board. That's up at the level of the City of Toronto, City of Los Angeles, on the heels of some of those big contracts that we've been signing over the last year. We're also finishing off a really big customization project, actually, for the City of Los Angeles. So this is great because what it does is we're basically writing the application of the software, designing, customizing how they're going to monitor their infrastructure moving forward. So it means that we're really embedded with the City of Los Angeles, which is great, and we'll be moving forward with other cities in that capacity as well. The flexibility of our platform, since we acquired Flowworks and we changed the back end, allows us to be very flexible in terms of what kind of products we deliver to our clients.
Sounds great, but do you have any other things coming up for the future? Then the future is more important than the past, especially when you come to a stock market.
Right. So the new verticals is really the one that we were tackling for 2017. We will be in mining. We're beta testing a mining product that does predictive analytics, looks in 7 days in advance into the future and predicts whether there's going to be a weather event or an environmental event that's going to affect a tailings pond. That's extremely important for mining operations, obviously, because they don't want their tailings ponds dams to break. That by extension, that same product or that way that the features that we're building out can extend itself to things like dams, reservoirs, anything that basically holds water and that needs environmental predictions or projections moving forward to model out what impact those are going to have on their infrastructure. So by extension, oil and gas, of course, utilities and mining are the three that we're working on heavily right now. We hope to have clients in all three verticals within the next few months.
Yeah. And in mining industry, you are really on the right spot here in Vancouver.
Oh yes, yeah. We're in the right place for mining. We're working closely with a very large mining company here to beta test our product, and it's along with the engineering firm that we're working with, it's a great partner to have.
Coming to financing. Okay, to summarize first, so you buy a new company. They build most of the part is hardware, hardware, sensors, and so on. What you need that you can really work really great with your software, with your model. It's very important that you have also this data in. Then without data, you cannot model something.
Data is good. Yeah.
Data is good. Second is you're working on new clients, big clients. You say Los Angeles, and Los Angeles is a great testimonial, I would say. Then it's a large area, big city, so that's mean that you can handle also big things, not only the small ones.
Yes.
To my summarization of this, and you're going into new fields like oil and gas. You come also with the acquisition, but also mining. And some other area where you work really heavily to go in.
Utilities, hydroelectric, in particular, reservoirs.
They have a lot of water.
That's right.
But coming to the financial side, acquisition, expansion cost always a lot. How the financial side looks like?
Financial side looks pretty good. We're lucky because we have an amazing product and we have paying customers. So we're a company that's not just full of ideas, but we actually have a significant amount of revenue coming in. But we want to be careful because, of course, we don't want to dilute the shares that we have, and we think we can expand at a rate that's that will get us to where we need to be without doing a massive financing. We did do a financing in October, $900,000 private placement. We will be looking at one additional financing in over the next month or two. These small financings will get us through to profitability and then and beyond. What we want to do is make sure that our existing shareholders get the maximum return on investment. We don't believe that we have to expand dramatically in order to realize exponential increase in revenue. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of these big smart cities projects, for instance, in India that we're having to bid on. These are multi-million-dollar contracts. Mm-hmm. They don't require a lot of sales and marketing effort, and we have our core technology group in place, so there's no need for us to expand into a large organization. On top of that, as we build out the risk management side in terms of the predictive analytics, we have partners, say, with insurance companies and other different avenues to distribute our product, and that's the way we plan to grow moving forward. Not by creating a massive organization, but mm-hmm. by doing strategic partnerships and making sure that the contracts that we go after and we sign are very large mm-hmm. and profitable contracts.
Good. You coming up with one thing, and this will be my last question. You say the next financing, what may be coming up in the next month or two, bring you to break even. Is this right, or misunderstand something?
We're very very close to break even right now.
Yeah.
What we want to do, though, is we want to expand really on our technology, our back end. There's a lot of work that we're doing in machine learning. So taking that data, networking the data together, putting it into our system, getting rid of all the anomalies, and then coming up with the predictive analytics. So that side is we're still growing, and mm-hmm. and that's the area that we'll be putting the money into.
Okay. Yeah, Greg, thank you for your update. It was a great one. Ja, Update zu Karl Data. Also seit letzten Jahr, und das hat er ja gesagt, Sie arbeiten an Akquisitionen. Sie haben eine Akquisition übernommen. Das war eher eine Hardware-Übernahme. Das war eine Firma, die Sensorentechnik und deren Kontrollsysteme entwickelt hat. Das brauchen sie natürlich, weil sie sehr viele Daten natürlich sammeln, und die Daten sind natürlich key für ihr ganzes Modell, was sie dann erstellen, wo sie eben Engpässe in der Infrastruktur darstellen können, und das kriegen sie natürlich über diese Schiene geliefert, diese Sensoren. Zweitens ist es so, dass sie natürlich jetzt ein Standbein in Indien haben, die dort nämlich auch sehr stark involviert waren und dort auch dementsprechend jetzt die Kontakte haben und das dementsprechend dort aufbauen können. Und er hat selber gesagt, sie arbeiten dort an mehreren Kontrakten, die deutlich im mehrstelligen Millionenbeträge sind, und die werden natürlich dann dementsprechend positiv sich auf das Unternehmen auswirken. Was ganz spannend war für mich auch zu hören, dass sie expandieren in diversen anderen Branchen, unter anderem auch in die Minenbranche und natürlich auch in die Versorgerbranche, also vor allem die natürlich Wasserkraftwerke betreiben, weil dort die Wassermengen und Wassermanagement natürlich extrem wichtig ist. Was machen sie vor allem für die Minenunternehmen? Sie wissen ja, es gibt immer so einen Abraum, diese genannten Tailings, die müssen natürlich irgendwo gelagert werden, und wenn man da irgendwo mal was hört, wann was passiert, nämlich wenn so ein Damm bricht, dann ist das meistens eine große Umweltkatastrophe, und sie machen sozusagen, kalkulieren Sachen, wie um so einen Event, also um so einen Dammbruch zu verhindern, weil sie halt simulieren, wie entwickelt sich denn das Wetter in den nächsten Wochen, muss man irgendwelche Vorkehrungen treffen und. Sie arbeiten da scheinbar mit einem großen Unternehmen hier aus Vancouver zusammen, der dann einmal einen Test starten wird, und das ist natürlich dann eine Branche, die sehr interessant ist. Eine andere Branche, die sie sehr stark auch betreiben, ist Öl und Gas. Das kommt auch mit der Akquisition. Die Kontakte kommen dort auch in diese Branche her. Finanzierung ist es so, sie wollen in den nächsten 1-2 Monaten nur Finanzierung machen, sind auch jetzt schon nahe am Break-Even. Aber mit dieser Finanzierung sollen sie eigentlich das Umsatzwachstum, wollen sie das Umsatzwachstum so weit vorantreiben, dass auf jeden Fall die Firma dann Break-Even ist. Also klingt eine runde Sache. Ich bin gespannt, wenn ich das nächste Mal rüberkomme, was sich entwickelt hat, weil dann sollte eigentlich die Company profitabel sein und wer weiß, was die alles noch so alles machen. Aber wie gesagt, das Spannende ist einfach das Modeling und sie arbeiten genau, das hat er auch gesagt, sehr viel an Machine Learning, also künstliche Intelligenz, die dann sozusagen mehr oder weniger aus den eigenen Fehlern lernt oder aus den eigenen Gegebenheiten, Fehler müssen sie ja nicht einmal sein, sondern das, was halt in der Vergangenheit waren, zukünftige Entwicklungen abzusehen. Das ist eine ganz spannende Sache, wo man künstliche Intelligenz sozusagen nutzen kann und da macht es auch absolut Sinn. Das war es als Update von Carl Data, Greg Johnston, Mai 2017, Vancouver. Tschüss und Baba. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.